Doo-doo-dee. It's Nandi!
Hello friends, I'm back today with the quest video for Kariyan, probably my favourite character in the game who fights alongside some of the Imperial forces against the Chaos. On screen I'm cycling through the characters I used from each faction, as well as the relevant ability levels up to the epic tier. I've excluded the legendary and mythic rarities from this summary since there is so much variability based on roster. A quick shout out to Pi, Tacticus Ambassador and friend, who has been invaluable in putting this together. His referral code is on screen as a thank you. Common 1 is no ranged and no damage taken. We use Bellator and God's Will. On turn 1, Bellator summons on the left and Kariyan takes the middle group. God's Will attacks the two on the right. For turn 2, Bellator re-triggers his summon and Kariyan finishes up. Common 2 is no damage taken. We use Azrael and Brother Burchard, leaving the final slot empty. This one is pretty straightforward. Azrael uses his active on the line of bloodletters. Burchard targets the guardsman on the right, and Kariyan uses his passive to sweep up. Common 3 is once more no damage taken. We use Bellator, Burchard, Certus, and God's Will. For turn 1, move Burchard out of danger and pass the turn. On turn 2, Burchard moves right and uses his active on 2 bloodletters. God's Will moves up to clear the Terminator effect, and then Kariyan moves next to him and uses his active on Angrax. You can finish with God's Will if needed. Bellator summons on a bloodletter and we keep Certus in place for his Overwatch attack. Clean up on turn 3. For Uncommon 1, it is no psychic damage and no plasma damage. We only need Bellator and Burchard. On turn 1, Bellator summons on the top right guardsman. Burchard moves right and finishes off the guardsman if needed. Kariyan kills the left guardsman. On turn 2, Bellator kills the top right bloodletter and Kariyan kills the bottom left bloodletter. Burchard's active cleans up. For Uncommon 2, it is no unstoppable. Once again, we use Bellator and Burchard, and we add Incisus for healing. On turn 1, Burchard moves up and uses his active. Kariyan attacks 2 bloodletters, Incisus and Bellator move up. On turn 2, Burchard targets the bloodletter, and if it does not die, we finish it off with Incisus. Bellator summons on the right guardsman, and Kariyan does his spinning active on the Terminator with his armor effect disabled. For turn 3, heal everyone, and you'll have plenty of actions to spare to finish the fight. Uncommon 3 is no physical damage. We use Bellator, Burchard, Incisus, and God's Will. This one is a little more tricky. On turn 1, move Bellator and God's Will as shown. Move Burchard and use his active. On turn 2, God's Will uses his active on Harkin, Burchard shoots at the middle guardsman and finishes off Harkin. Incisus moves down 1 hex and attacks any Terminator. Bellator attacks a Terminator to remove the armor effect for Kariyan's active. Turn 3 is RNG dependent. If there are no Terminators on the left, then use Burchard to clear the Terminator armor effect and continue to whittle them down with Kariyan. If there are 1 or more Terminators remaining on the left side, clear armor with Burchard and then kill with God's Will. For turns 4 and 5, keep using Kariyan's spinning and heal before finishing up. I will let a second replay run here on what to do if there are 2 Terminators on the left side. Rare 1 is no psychic damage and maximum 3 hits. We use Burchard and Incisus. For turn 1, Incisus moves into melee to soak up Overwatch attacks. Kariyan moves in and uses his active on the Havoc on the right. Burchard goes left and range attacks the bloodletter. On turn 2, Kariyan cleans up the right and Incisus heals himself. Burchard targets the bloodletter and shoots 2 enemies. Heal and clean up on turn 3. Rare 2 is no summons. We use Burchard and Incisus. On turn 1, Burchard shoots 2 bloodletters and Incisus and Kariyan turtle behind him. For turn 2, Kariyan attacks as normal and Burchard uses his active. Incissus attacks a bloodletter. On turn 3, we use Incissus' active and Burchard removes the Terminator armor effect. Kariyan can then use his active. If you have a second enemy unit on turn 3, then try and use Burchard or Kariyan's area of effect to catch them. Rare 3 is no bolter damage. We use Incissus and God's Will. On turn 1, God's Will moves left and kills 2 enemies. Kariyan moves up and kills 3 enemies. For turn 2, heal up and finish with God's Will and use Kariyan's active. For Rare 4, it is no ranged attacks. We use Bellator, God's Will and Incissus. On turn 1, Bellator goes left and summons. God's Will moves up 4 hexes and kills 2 bloodletters. Kariyan and Incissus attack 1 bloodletter each. For turn 2, God's Will kills the top left guardsman. Kariyan and Incissus tidy up the others. Bellator weakens a guardsman. On turn 3, move your units as shown with Bellator whittling away at enemies. For turn 4, heal up and use Kariyan's active on the guardsman with the most health. Rare 5 is no deep strike. We use Bellator, Burchard, God's Will and Incissus. On turn 1, Kariyan attacks and Burchard follows behind. For turn 2, God's Will moves south and uses his active on whichever target his passive attacks. Heal Bellator and attack with him. Burchard clears a path for Kariyan and Kariyan uses his active on the Terminator. Clean up and use Incissus' active on turn 3. Epic 1 is no unstoppable. We use Bellator and Incissus. On turn 1, Bellator goes left and summons. Kariyan sweeps all the bloodletters in the circle. Incissus moves up the right to try and kill the Havoc. On turn 2, Incissus and Bellator attack the top right Havoc, and Kariyan uses an active on another. For turn 3, Incissus uses his active and finishes. This run might take a couple of goes, and swapping Bellator out for a harder to acquire character can make it easier. If Incissus doesn't kill the Havoc on turn 1, it will still play out similarly, but the bloodletter will be in a different position. You can use Kariyan to attack both it and a Havoc in one turn. Epic 2 is no blast damage. We use Bellator and Incissus. In this run I used Varro, but really you can use any character. On turn 1, move Kariyan up the map and attack a guardsman. Move the other characters up behind him. For turn 2, move Kariyan into the semicircle and heal his suppression away using Incissus, then use Kariyan's active on a Havoc. Follow up with Bellator's summon and try to summon on a Havoc if you can, but if you can't get 2 summons then target a guardsman instead. On turn 3, be careful to avoid one of Bellator's summons finishing off the last enemy before you have had a chance to heal. Your 4th character attacks a guardsman in the bottom right. As always, heal before finishing the fight. Epic 3 is no flying. We use Burchard, God's Will and Incissus. You can use any other character in the 4th slot. I used Ulf, but you don't need to have any investment in his abilities. On turn 1, move Burchard up the map and use his active on 3 bloodletters. Move the other units into position and pass the turn. On turn 2, Burchard clears the Terminator effect with his passive and then Kariyan uses his active. On turn 3, heal with Incissus' active and you can finish the fight. There is an extra turn here in case you need it. Legendary 1 is maximum 3 hits. We use Burchard, God's Will, Incissus and Lucian all at gold 3. This is more of a general strategy as everyone's characters and ranks will vary. For turn 1, Turtle to the bottom left corner, keeping Kariyan out front. On turn 2, clear the Terminator effect with Burchard and then use Kariyan's active. Aim to kill 1 or 2 Terminators at a time. On turn 3, move Incissus next to everyone that has taken damage and heal using his active. Clear the Terminator armor with the passive ability of one of our key characters. Finish the enemies with the most health with Kariyan. Legendary 2 is no bolter damage. We use Dante, God's Will, Incissus and Ragnar. On turn 1, follow the demonstrated sequence to kill as many bloodletters as possible. Keep all of our characters to the far right for the Terminator deep strike positions. On turn 2, Godswill and Ragnar kill 2 enemies at the bottom. Kariyan uses his active on the Terminator and usually manages to kill one, if not both, of the enemies. Dante can help if required. For turn 3, Ragnar and Godswill finish the last southern Terminator. Kariyan moves next to Abaddon and Volk, and Dante's active reduces their damage in case one survives. You have 2 more turns to group together and heal up. For Mythic, it is no Terminator armor. We use Burchard, Dante, Incisus, and Ragnar at Diamond 3. On turn 1, move all of your units to the left hand side as shown. Leave the guardsman alive as a meat shield to stop stronger characters reaching you. On turn 2, use Burchard's active and move Kariyan and Incisus into the gap. Dante uses his active on Abaddon and Incisus heals him. Kariyan uses his active on Harkon and can usually kill Archmatos at the same time. For turn 3, use Ragnar's Warhowl and Dante can clear a path for Kariyan to go to the bottom left next to Abaddon. Ragnar attacks Abaddon to get rid of Terminator armor, and finally Kariyan attacks Abaddon. Incisus can heal as needed, and Burchard moves back up to the high ground. On turn 4, huddle around Incisus and kill one Terminator to prepare to use Incisus' active on the next turn. Okay, that's all I've got for this one. I hope it was useful. Thanks as always to my Patreons for their support, and bye for now.